Now, I always think every bike in my collection makes me feel a little bit different, but several of them, and especially this one, they turn me into a hooligan. I don't know whether it's the Muzzy muffler or the fact that the paint job makes me feel like I'm on Yvonne Duhamel's Kawasaki 500. I don't know what it is, but I get on this bike, and I've had several of my other friends ride this bike and say, yeah, you're right. It makes you feel like a hooligan. You go through the gears, you find an open spot in the road or some tight, twisty S-turns, and all of a sudden you realize, wow. Now, all the bikes in my humble collection make me feel, well, they make me feel good. I feel like riding them. But this one, again, the word that comes right to mind, hooligan. What could be better than a bike you pull out of your driveway and you cruise up the block at a low RPM. You go around the populated roads you have to go through to get to a nice riding area up by the lakes. This is by Facing Lakes, by the way. And then as soon as you go through those gears, there's just something, a light goes off in your head, or I'm not sure. But I know it happens to me. And the odds are good if you rode the bike, it would happen to you too. Now, I'm lucky enough to have two of these in my humble collection. And of course, the first one that I had, I rode only on the track, and I loved it so much, I had to have a street bike. And when Luciano found this one, and boy, I'm going to tell that story in the future. It's going to take a full video of the day we picked up this bike, and it was snowing out, and it was in a container that had a leak in the roof, and that poor gas tank, to repair that gas tank and do the Bondo work, I put that on previous videos and of course on all the restoration videos. But the point is, when you get done with a restoration like this, you have a unique, one-of-a-kind bike, and hopefully, if you've done it the way I do it, you've got a proven bike that you know you're going to enjoy riding, and all that time you put into the restoration, you basically have, in my case, for the rest of your life. Every time I look at the graphics on the bike and the paintwork, and John Pothier and Thomas Luciano were really helpful, instrumental in making some of these graphics. I stole this paint job from a model plane that I used in 1991 at the National Championships. John came up with this unique logo, and we went back and forth on this. If you look at the original video of doing this logo, it's actually pretty funny to see how many hours we actually put into it. But in the end, the graphics on the bike, I think there's just enough. I don't like the look of a NASCAR bike with his stickers all over it. I kind of like the look that it came from the factory this way. You bought it at the dealer. And of all the times I've done custom paint jobs, this is one of the best ones I like. I laid out this paintwork. I did so many concept sketches, and just, I look back at it and I know they're all on the video. The wheels, I have 2 sets of wheels. The green wheels with a blue stripe, the black wheels with a green stripe, the gold sprocket carrier. It has a Regina chain, and thank you, Vlad, for the Regina chain. And every bit of it is a lot of little details. They're just details. The polished swinging arm, and that polished swinging arm, when I did it, it was the middle of the winter, of course, and I just thought hour after hour, and I thought, this is never going to end. This went on forever. But as I look back at the video, I think it was well worth it. And some people, it's not worth it. To me, it is. All the little details, the little badging, the little logos, and all the little parts around the foot peg that are polished. And of course, the Muzzy muffler. Without the Muzzy muffler, the bike loses a little bit of its uniqueness. I really like that Muzzy muffler a lot. A couple of things to me make this bike even better than you think it would be. One of them, the seat. I have 2 separate seats. Even the one that I've taken some of the foam out of is comfortable. And it's comfortable because you're in a, for me, the perfect riding position. The anti-dive on the forks, I'm not sure it does much, but to keep it stock, I just leave it on. I'm not sure it really benefits one way or another. But the rear shock, the air shock, that's fully adjustable, and that has stood the test of time like nothing else. And that seat, this is the one with the foam taken out of it, and even that one is comfortable. And of course, the radar detector. Now, as the years have gone by, and I've always tried to evaluate this for myself, was it worth doing this restoration? Spending a whole winter? I'm not sure, not a lot of money, but a lot of hours. And all the little things that I did to upgrade it along the way, the high intensity lights and the fairing, and among other things that the historic plates are nice. All the little details that I did, making a tail tidy, that's a custom tail tidy. I just think in the end, you have to make that final decision the day you go out on the open road with the bike. If it turns you into a hooligan, it was probably worth every minute, every penny. If you ride it and you're not comfortable, or you don't like it, or it's hard to maintain, or expensive to maintain. Now, for some people, that's not even a factor. But for me, it's a factor because a bike has to be fun. And it has to be fun to ride. I don't, in my personal thing, it's just me. I don't put bikes in shows. I don't put bikes in museums. Or to me, it's all about going out to the garage in the morning and getting on a bike that's fun to ride, seeing if any of my friends are around or if some of them are still sober or awake or what, and going out for a ride, having a bagel, having a cup of coffee, and having a safe ride too. You know, that the days of being a real hooligan, where at the end of the day you were in a ditch, those real hooligan days for me, definitely over. Every time I get home from a ride, and especially this bike is one of the ones that really brings back the memories of the restoration. And I think how lucky I am to have gotten both of these, because when you're working on bikes this old, and this is what it looked like when I originally got it, and boy, there were a lot of Bondo went into that, well, the whole bike, making that tail section. By the way, this is all on full-length videos for anybody interested, especially the paintwork. And all of the priming and sanding the primer and sanding the color. And I try to pass on useful information on these restoration videos, doing that custom striping. And the nice thing about the striping, it can go right around the edge, not like a sticker. Making those custom decals, and then the tank. Boy, I bet there are 3 or 4 videos of doing a body work on a tank. That tank, and it seems like it's held up. It seems like the whole bike has stood the test of time very well. Have had no mechanical issues with it, other than wearing out chains and tires, and of course normal maintenance, oil changes. But a bike that stands the test of time, that's fun to ride, it suits your riding needs, and it's historically registered, and you never have to pay to register it again. That's a very special combination. And I have 4 of them historically registered that I never have to pay for again. And I always say, they're all worth it. Now, if you're new to our channel, we have a very, very eclectic channel. One of the new features we have now is some of the videos are grouped into groups that you can access all the videos for one category in one mouse click. And it should be very convenient and very handy. Just check out the feature on the main screen playlist. And thanks to everybody for supporting the channel. We appreciate your support, and it makes this channel possible with all the things we do, the painting, the wheels, the polishing. And please take a second or two and hit the like button. And thanks everyone for watching.